Hi everyone, my name is James, aka Jimbo, and this video will be my video testimonial for the energy repair, protection, and enhancement service that I ordered from Mama Elisa, which was then of course implemented by herself, Eric, and her divine team. Which from this point forward, I'll be referring to it just as ERPE, because that's a lot of words. I don't like saying all those words. So, if you see me looking down, I'm just looking at a list I have, because I tend to be a bit scatterbrained. Need to keep myself on task. So, the first thing I want to talk about are the green orbs, the infamous green orbs. So, I had actually been seeing green orbs for quite a long time. I never really knew what was going on. I didn't really have the vocabulary to describe what was going on. I just didn't know. The very first thing I actually ordered from Atlantis Scalar was the healing recommendations. Now, I was seeing green orbs like before I ordered those healing recommendations, but it's like I said, before then I didn't really know what was going on. I figured, okay, maybe my eyes are just, I don't know, playing tricks on me, because when it's dark, you have the lights off, it's nighttime, you can see little, I don't know, maybe colors or something, I was trying to just find some way to describe what was going on. And I was a little intimidated by them because sometimes the lights would move in a weird way, like it would kind of like slowly appear, then quickly disappear, slowly appear, maybe like zip one away. And it got to a point where I'm just like, are those bugs? Like, are there bugs here? Or then I'm just like, something weird's going on. Like, this doesn't seem to just be my eyes playing tricks on me. Because, you guys, I have nearly perfect vision, and I don't have anything that would cause me to hallucinate or anything like that. Like, I don't see crazy stuff. It's like, nothing crazy just like appears in front of me like that. So, I kind of just had to accept whatever was happening. I didn't know what was happening. And after I got the healing recommendations, I started to do more research into Atlantis Scalar, and I started watching some of the videos about some of the things you can expect to see after getting the ERPE service. And I saw that a lot of people are apparently seeing green orbs. So I was like, oh, thank goodness, I'm not crazy. I'm not just losing my mind or something. So I'm like, okay, so that kind of makes sense. I guess there are actual beings there. And over time, my guard has slowly dropped more and more and more. And they've started to act a little differently, like some will appear a little closer. They've started to appear in different parts of my apartment. And they've gotten a lot brighter, too. I think one's probably Eric. I think he's probably the one who's mainly getting brighter. Sometimes I'll just see this bright, it's almost like lime green, like a neon green now. And it's so bright that it just catches your attention. I can't help but look, because it's kind of startling with how bright it is. And sometimes, like on rare occasion now, sometimes they'll just appear right in front of me. But most of the time they still appear in my peripheral vision. And now, like, I'm so comfortable with them, I just actively look for them. I'm like, where are you? Where are you? I'll just like stare into the general area where they normally appear and just wait for them to show up. Now I'm just like, gotcha. And even one time I went to try to like grab where I saw one appear to see if I could like feel something, and maybe I can like hold something, like trying to inspect it. So I've gotten pretty used to them now. And I guess we'll just see how far that goes, if that will manifest into anything else. But yeah, the green orbs are definitely happening quite a lot. The next thing I want to talk about is an interesting video that was really my first main sign that I knew was definitely Eric. Was on the day I ordered the ERPE service, a video appeared on my YouTube homepage called Jimbo the Friendly Baloney Ghost. And for some context, no one's ever called me Jimbo before. It was Mama Elisa's healing recommendations email that I first found out that Eric gave me the nickname Jimbo, because that's what she addressed me as. And You know, I like the nickname. It's endearing. I like it. So I just, I've never typed that name before because, again, no one's ever called me that before. And my response to Mama Elisa's healing recommendations email, which me just, you know, asking a question and telling her that I do like the nickname. I really do like it. Like it's endearing. It's nice. And that was the first time I ever typed the name Jimbo in my life. So there's no reason why YouTube would just have this random video with the exact nickname that Eric gave me right after the very day I ordered the ERPE service. And like it's like a dark clown comedy type of thing, you know, kind of creepy, kind of edgy, really funny. Like that's definitely my type of humor. And I feel like it kind of describes me well too, because I can see what I know now about Eric's personality. I can see it kind of him kind of poking fun at me, being like a weird little dark oddball. And you know, just your friendly neighborhood oddball who might freak you out sometimes, but you know, it's all love. I thought the video was amusing, so that was the first thing where I'm like, okay, that's definitely Eric. There's no other reason why this would appear here. And now, probably the craziest thing was, it's like maybe the day or the day after I received, I think it was the day after I received the email that from Mama Elisa that the ERPE service was done. That was a moment that completely changed my life, where I started to have where scalar energy changed my view of reality forever. And it was a moment when I stepped through my front door. I was coming home from work, and I walked through my front door. The second I stepped foot on my floor, it was like I was transported to another plane of existence. Like, that's the best way I can describe it. Like, immediately my body just changed. It's like I remember looking around and I was just like, what is happening? It's like my head got all tingly, super tingly. My chest felt like it was filled with helium. Like I just felt physically lighter, like I could levitate almost. And I felt warm. It just really comforted and happy, and everything just felt wonderful. Like just out of nowhere, right when I stepped into my apartment, it was just like, bam, just this instant loving, warm, comforting, amazing, you know, energetic change. Like I was filled with energy. Uh, it was crazy. Like I could barely sit still. I was so energized. And again, my head is tingly. My chest feels super light. I feel like I can just like levitate across the ground. And reality felt like pure joy. The best way I can describe it, because I've been thinking about this for a while, the best way I can describe it is imagine the feeling of joy as a cube. I imagine it as either royal blue or cobalt blue. Those are my favorite shades of blue. So imagine like a cobalt blue cube, your joy cube. Now imagine this joy cube breaks apart into trillions upon trillions of atoms, and they fly into the air. And the air is replaced with joy. That's what it felt like. Like reality itself was joy. So I'm feeling this super crazy energy surging through my body. My chest feels like it's filled with helium. It feels super light. My head is all tingly, this pins and needles feeling. I have this overwhelming happiness, and everything just feels wonderful. And all of this happened all at the same time. The second my foot touched the floor in my apartment, right when I walked through, like transported to a whole different plane of existence. And I called into a radio show where Michelle was channeling Eric. Miss Denise Ramon was there too, but Michelle specifically said that Eric was showing her like a flash of lightning, that the change that he and some members of the Divine Team did was just an instant change, because apparently that's just what I needed at the time. And that feeling that I had of all these things that I just described, it lasted for like days. Now I've settled down a bit into this change, but I feel like I've been permanently changed. I feel like that was a combination of raising my frequency and the portal work that was done. Because, like, one of the ways that I still feel now is that I feel like a self-contained universe. Like I am a whole, complete system within myself. And I'm moving throughout the world, an external universe. I'm an internal, separate, whole universe moving throughout an external universe. So I feel separate in a way, but I still feel connected. Like I'm part of everything going on, separate but whole. I feel both. It's like a paradoxical kind of thing, but it doesn't feel paradoxical. I feel like my own separate, universe, basically, my own separate self-contained universe, moving in an external universe, but all these other self-contained universes, all of us beings here, all still connected to one another, affecting one another, separate but whole. That's what I feel. It's so fascinating. It's like I've never felt that feeling before in my life. And it's like, it's hard for me to stay in a really bad state. Like I can more easily handle situations that would normally make me very angry and just really, really rub me the wrong way. I can more easily kind of stop myself and say, wait, why am I angry? What's actually going on here? Change my perspective. Why is this person behaving this way? What's going on with them? Is it actually directed at me? Or is there just something going on and I just happen to be the one receiving the anger? Or am I just completely interpreting this incorrectly? Like, I think that's the frequency work where I feel above it. I feel above all of those really dense emotions. It's easier for me to pull myself out of it. And I genuinely feel positivity coming from me, like the self-compassion piece, or compassion towards self, and the self-love piece. It's easier for me to like radiate that, because it's not me pulling from the external world to try to fill that within me. It derives from me and radiates outward. Like it's been a whole change. And although I'm not, on cloud nine jumping off the walls, like right after the change happened, the day after the ERPE service was done, I feel like that change was permanent. That, I just settled into the change, and I'm able to just live life differently. I see life differently. I see reality differently. I can understand the other side of reality that, we don't really talk about, we don't really get to see. All those signs just completely change the way I view things. And again, I'll get more into kind of my thoughts about that. But the next thing was later on that night, I was taking a shower and I thought I would try to connect with Eric. And so I was doing a visualization technique. That was one of the things I saw that Mama Lisa recommended, that you try to visualize whatever it was that you were getting. And I'm just like, how do I visualize ERPE? And based off of what I was seeing on the Atlantis Scalar page, I imagined myself radiating this radiant white light. You can think of it as something similar if you've ever seen the first Shrek movie. at the end of the movie where Fiona is radiating this golden light. She's like rising off of the ground, and the light's just radiating out of every limb and her eyes and everything. You know, that's kind of what I was picturing, not the ogre part. I didn't imagine myself as an ogre, but the radiating light part, and I made it white light specifically. So my eyes, nose, mouth, ears, flowing out of my limbs and my arms, just everything radiating white light, and a golden orb around me, with little gold flecks in it that was shimmery and stuff, and then with a blue flame engulfing me as well, to be like the blue flame of justice and stuff. So I was imagining these three things, and that's just kind of how I was moving around in the world. And I was asking Eric during this night when I was taking a shower if he liked my visualization technique. And then I felt this really warm feeling come over me, and I was just like really happy. And I didn't really know how to interpret that, but I'm guessing that's like one of the ways Eric gives people hugs. It's just this warm feeling just washes down. You just get this really happy feeling. I guess that's like an energetic Eric hug. So that was really nice. Then the next thing that happened was that the day before I sent Mama Lisa an email about all these signs that I've been getting, there was a car that drove by me when I was coming home from work, and it had Eric in giant capital letters, all caps, covering its entire back windshield in like these bright letters, but it was spelled with a C. And I give Eric a little bit of slack on that because he's the only person I've ever seen whose name is spelled with a K, who's named Eric. Like, I personally have just never met anyone in my life whose name is Eric and is spelled with a K, so I give him some slack on that. It was probably really hard to find someone else whose name is spelled exactly the way his is. So this car drives by me, and I just see Eric just in giant letters going by, and I was just like, what? And I was just like, no, you didn't, Eric. What? I was like, did this really just happen? Did I just see just Eric in giant letters just drive right by me? What? That was so crazy. And the time I'm like jamming out in my car, headbanging, and just jamming out. And then here comes Eric just flying by, just his name, spelled with one letter off, just going right by me in giant letters. He's like, I'm here. So I was like, what in the world? That was so funny. That was really funny. This video is already getting a bit long. So I'll share my final thoughts about the scalar energy work. So from my experience now, there's a physical side of reality and an ethereal side. It's all just one reality. You're just conscious on different sides of it at any point in time. And right now, we're all conscious on the physical side. And, Eric is conscious on the ethereal, if you want to call it that, side, the purely energetic side, where his body is vibrating at such a high frequency, he can't really have a physical form. So, along with there being two sides of reality that together are just one reality, it seems like every action, every thought, every word, every emotion we feel are manipulating what I see as like a giant ball of clay. This ball of clay is the energy of reality as one big ball of energy. And again, everything we do, say, think, and feel is constantly warping it, pushing it, stretching it, and all these things. And every single individual life form is changing it in some way. and the collective consciousness in of itself is also adding to that. So it's constantly being modified and stretched and changed. And this kind of falls into what scalar energy does, because with the instructions being sent through the scalar energy field, it kind of breaks down and start to do whatever the instructions were to your body or to your psyche or whatever it is. You also have to have the right mindset to allow that energy to work. It's two parts of it. Mama Elisa, Eric, and her divine team do the instructional part, to send the instructions to you through the scalar energy field. But with this constant warping and stretching and modifying of this ball of energetic clay, as I like to think of it, that every conscious being is assisting with, you have to create the correct environment for yourself, for the scalar energy to create a solid foundation for you to manifest what you want, from your thoughts, your words, your actions, your emotions that you're adding to this ever-changing, modifying ball of clay, with the scalar energy giving you the right foothold to do what you need to do, to put your energy out there to get whatever manifestations that you're trying to get. You have to be in sync with reality, be in sync with the flow of the universe, that kind of thing. That's what it seems like what's going on. And like I said before, the ERPE service, scalar energy in general, has completely changed my view of reality. I'm really excited to see what else is in store. I am ready to go. I am ready to keep going. I'm ready to experience more. I don't know what else is going to happen, but I'm really, 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 really excited. So I want to say thank you, Mama Elisa. Thank you, Eric. I'm sure you're around here somewhere. Thank you to all the mediums, and I hope this helps you. If you were curious about some of the ERPE stuff, hopefully this gave you just a quick little rundown. Well, not really quick, this video is kind of long, but hopefully this gave you some answers about stuff you might have been curious about. And yeah, I think that's everything I wanted to say. So yeah, all right, bye everyone.